Okay, so in our last lesson, we discussed neurotransmitters. Now we're going to discuss how exactly do these drugs impact neurotransmitters. We talked about what would happen if you have too much or too little of certain neurotransmitters in your body. So what happens if you have too much, or what happens if you have too little? How is it taking an antidepressant or an anti-anxiety medication? How does that actually help? How does that actually work? That's what we're going to take a look at today.
Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is reuptake. And reuptake is when the neurotransmitter is taken back or re-enters the sending neuron. This happens automatically with everybody, but it can be problematic in certain cases. So here's what is happening. We see in our image here that this would be the sending neuron, and this is the receiving neuron down below. The sending neuron is sending the neurotransmitters from it to the next neuron, which then that message gets passed along to wherever it needs to go. In some cases, the receiving neuron doesn't accept all neurotransmitters, which means that it can then go back into our sending neuron, and the sending neuron then reabsorbs the neurotransmitter. And that can be problematic because that means that the messages aren't being sent properly from one neuron to the next neuron. So they can do a couple of things to prevent that from happening. You see right here we have a reuptake inhibitor. So one type of drug that can prevent reuptake is what we call a reuptake inhibitor. And this prevents reuptake from happening. So that is one way that one type of drug that you can take is a reuptake inhibitor. The next two drug classifications are either an agonist or an antagonist drug. If we take a look at our first image right here, this is how a neurotransmitter fits in with the receptor of the receiving neuron. It's almost like a little puzzle piece and it fits in perfectly. And this is how the message gets sent and how your body knows the difference between one neurotransmitter and another neurotransmitter. In cases where we have too many or not enough neurotransmitters, that's where medications can come into play that can be very helpful. The first type of drug that we're going to talk about would be an agonist. An agonist mimics the neurotransmitter. So we take an agonist if we need to increase the neurotransmitters. So if you have a lack of neurotransmitters, you're going to take an agonist. And we see that picture over here for number 2 is it almost is the exact same as the original neurotransmitter. It's not the exact same because it's still not a neurotransmitter, right? It's a chemical, it's some sort of medication, so it can't be identical, but it's close enough to trick your body into thinking that it is. The second kind of drug or medication that you can take is an antagonist. An antagonist we would take to decrease your neurotransmitters. And that's going to look right here in this bottom picture, where it has one thing in common, enough just to block it. So what you are doing with an antagonist, I like to think the N means no, right? We're stopping you. No. The antagonist is blocking the neurotransmitter from being received. So it's like a protective layer. So if you have too many of a neurotransmitter and you want to decrease your neurotransmitters, you're going to take an antagonist.
So, the impact that drugs have on your neurotransmitters, we focus on three different kinds. The first kind being reuptake, where we're preventing the neurotransmitter from entering back into that sending neuron. The second kind being an agonist, which mimics neurotransmitters, is an important when we need to increase our neurotransmitters. And the third kind is an antagonist, which it stops, it decreases the neurotransmitters by creating a block over the receiving neuron, so that way that neurotransmitter doesn't get absorbed by that receiving neuron.